Hey guys, I'm here with my mom at her house in Lancaster, Pennsylvania today, and you might get glimpses of my kids with their grandfather in the background. He's babysitting while we shoot this quick video because we're about to publish our healthy yogurt shopping guide, which my mom just finished writing, and you can see this is like a fraction of the yogurts that are on the market, so there's just a staggering number these days. These were just the ones we could find in the grocery store here. So I wanted to I'm going to go through these a little bit quickly. You should read the guide for these and many other brands and a lot more detail about the ins and outs of choosing healthy yogurt. But while my mom's here, since she's more of an expert on this topic than I am, I want to just ask her a couple of quick questions for people looking for yogurt for themselves or for their kids. First of all, these we have arranged from lowest sugar to highest sugar because that's sort of what people know when they're looking for yogurt. Oh yeah, this is set up. If I have time, I'm gonna taste some of the vegan yogurt just because I'm curious. And my mom is doing the Whole30 diet right now, so she can't try any of these because they all have either sugar well, they all have dairy except the vegan ones, and the vegan ones have sugar, so she's out of the taste test part. But I wanted to ask her, beyond sugar, and again, you see lowest, highest, what else, or when it comes to sugar, is sugar or sugar? Like if there's cane sugar versus honey versus maple syrup versus, do we just worry about the grams of sugar, or do we worry about what is being used to sweeten the yogurt?
I think you worry about both.
Okay.
My feeling is the less processed, the better, and white sugar is the most processed, especially if you're just talking about white sugar. Evaporated cane juice is a little less processed, so it's not bleached. That will be, it's sort of increments.
Right.
Then when you get up to the natural things like honey and maple syrup, those are preferred. Ideally, I think the best yogurt, if you choose to eat dairy yogurt, is yogurt without any added sugar. Just get plain and add your own sweetener or your own fruit.
So you control the amount.
So you control the amount and what
I'm noticing that the highest sugar,
which is amazing,
is this is just non-fat yogurt with honey. And I actually give this to Felix in his lunch, and now I'm reconsidering that, even though it is honey, not sugar. Like it's just a lot. It's a lot. And of course, yogurt does have some natural sugar in the lactose from the milk. And I'm not going to get into that issue here and why Greek yogurt has lower sugar. You can read the guide for that. You can also read the guide for details on the probiotic issue, because I know that's sort of the main draw of why yogurt is better for you than milk or other dairy, because it's rich in probiotics, but you want to make sure you get the right probiotics in the right quantity. So one more quick question for my mom, and then I'm going to get into some more details about these, which is whole fat, low fat, reduced fat. Is there a blanket rule on that?
Fat has flavor, so often you'll find in the low fat versions they add more sugar. That's been the tradition.
Yeah.
And to me, you eat less if you have the fat in it. So, as I said, for me, it takes a teaspoon.
She's just said to me before we started, well, I can have a teaspoon of full fat yogurt, and that's plenty. I was like, all right, well, probably most people are gonna have more than a teaspoon when eating yogurt. But I do agree with you that when you have the non-fat, it's just not very satisfying, so you end up eating more and wanting more of the sweetener.
Plus, it's a little more natural to me to eat a food when it's a whole food.
Right. Which whole fat dairy
So plain whole fat is what I would choose. But again, it's personal. It depends. If you're, dairy is questionable anyway, eating any dairy for a lot of people. Right. So I'm eager to see how the vegan tastes.
And again, I'm going to try to have time here to taste a few of the vegan ones. Okay, so the vegan ones I'm going to just pull out. This is with almonds, and you can see that this Kite Hill, if you get their plain version, which actually has cane sugar in it, which is sort of strange to me, but their fruit versions have much more sugar. So if you're going with the almond one, and this is the least processed of the vegans. The other vegan, this So Delicious coconut one, as you see, is really high in sugar. This guy's got 16 grams as opposed to 5 in this, plus a lot of funny gums and it's just got a lot more rice starch and strange ingredients. So that I would not call good stuff. The worst offender in the vegan yogurt world is this soy one, which probably isn't good for you anyway. by Stonyfield. So that, we'll see how it tastes, but that is the worst. Oh, and then we have one more vegan, which sort of falls in the middle sugar-wise. And actually, this is cashew. I would put this sort of on par with the almond. It doesn't have so many. It does have a little cornstarch, rice starch, so maybe not quite as good as that. And more sugar, which it's cane sugar again. So I'm gonna try to taste those 4 vegan ones. Mom, maybe, oh no, sorry, one more. This guy, I don't know how to pronounce this, Daya, I guess. Again, sort of mid-range in terms of sugar, but a lot of weird additives. So Mom, do you maybe wanna open those for me while I just finish up real quick here? So one, I'm just gonna call out a few as really bad stuff, even though you see this Dannon Light and Fit is very low on our sugar scale. It's got artificial flavors, colors, artificial sugar, avoid that. And the other guy that we see a lot of is Stonyfield. So I think this is interesting that Stonyfield, some of them are much better than others. Like, for instance, here's Dannon's cotton candy flavored yogurt drink. I assume if you are a reader of my blog, you're not going near this with a 10-foot pole. However, myself included, probably a lot of us have bought this version of a smoothie for our kids. And lo and behold, this one has 24 grams of sugar. This guy's got 10. Now this is slightly bigger, but I'm kind of figuring like you open this, your kid's drinking the whole thing. So like, yeah, ounce for ounce.
So keep in mind, this is 6 teaspoons of sugar in here.
Right, this is like, and you're giving this to your kid for breakfast. And honestly, this, like, there's a little modified food starch, but there's not even artificial flavor. Like this, honestly, other than the fact it's not organic, is probably healthier than this, believe it or not. And while I'm on the topic of sugar, like I'm thinking, I just went to my mom's fridge because we had Wolfie's birthday and pulled out this ice cream to compare to the Stonyfield smoothie. This is 14 grams of sugar. So this is like between the two of these. If you wanted a breakfast food, this would be better than that, which is mind-boggling. So I'm not gonna buy that one anymore. And other Stonyfield ones, you'll see that actually like the best are these squeezies, partially because there's just less in them. But again, you open one and your kid's eating one. They do, all these Stonyfield ones have this natural flavor, which is a little bit questionable what exactly that is. But you know, these are all sort of in the middle. Yo baby, I still don't recommend these because they all have sugar in them, and to me, like, why are you giving, if it's supposed to be something healthy, why are you giving something without its sugar? Same with that. These are all in the same range. So what I like for my kids, unfortunately, I couldn't find the Wallaby one that I really like. This one actually I would not recommend. The one that you want looks exactly like this, but it's called Purely Unsweetened, I think. It's exactly this way, except that what's in here is not fruit with sugar, it is just fruit. Doesn't taste nearly as good, but is much healthier. This has 15 grams of sugar and the other guy has like 4 or 5. It would be over here if we had been able to find it. I also like this Maple Hill Creamery one. It's organic. I like this maple syrup one. It has no sugar. I know it's a little bit far on this side, but it's with maple syrup, which actually has some nutritional benefits. This does have 14 grams. Right. Better would be to buy your own plain yogurt like this guy and add maple syrup, because you would probably need a lot less. This one is strangely a little bit high on the sugar, but all that this is whole milk, and it's just the natural lactose sugar. This Chobani one has significantly less because it's Greek yogurt. You'll learn about why that is in the guide. But I actually don't like this Chobani because it is non-fat milk and cream, so as opposed to just the whole milk, which is just less processed. Joe Sato, I'm calling him out by name. My friend Joe loves this Noosa brand, and it says it's honey, but it has 28 grams of sugar. Now, to be fair, they're calling this whole tub a serving, which is bigger than a lot of these. So I would say if you eat half of it, you know, it might not be quite that bad, but it's just got cane sugar. And it has gelatin, which a lot of people aren't in love with, and it does indeed have honey, but Joe, I think you gotta find a better one than that. And then these are just some sort of other brands. We like this guy. This one we're calling Good Stuff, even though it's a little high in sugar, but it's just from honey.
And it's grass-fed.
Yeah, oh, and it's grass-fed, which you can read about that in the guide too, why that's better. Siggy's we like, even though it's not organic, although just because they use less sugar. It's this Icelandic one. And then these more Dannon, which is just all bad. This brand I had not heard of, high in sugar, but pretty simple ingredients list. But, you know, again, a lot of sugar. And then we already talked about that. All right, so those are the brands. I'm gonna do a very quick taste because I can tell you.
This one looks more appealing, the almond.
That is this was in order of the sugar-wise. Okay. And again, it was a little more nuanced than that. Because like this is, I mean, this just looks disgusting. But I'll start there. This is the sweetest. This is soy. And it's disgusting.
Try that.
I mean, it tastes, if you've ever had like soy, it's
this
disgusting.
one looks the best, don't you think?
All right, we'll go down the line here. That's the sweetest, and it is. It's cloying and just tastes like soy. Oh, this is the coconut, which is also disgusting. I don't love the taste of coconut. Well, actually, no, it's not disgusting. I just don't love the taste of coconut. Let's try this.
Is that the cashew?
No, you know, I don't, this one's really creepy because I don't even know. It's like tapioca starch. Like this doesn't have soy, it doesn't have nuts.
But it has a lot of sugar, so.
Ton of sugar. Yeah, these aren't good anyway.
This is the cashew.
The cashew one, yeah, let's try this guy.
Kite Hill is good.
I mean, to me, I don't, yeah. I mean, that's okay. I don't know. None of them are very good, you guys. I would say that's actually the taste. This has been the worst. They've actually gotten a little bit better.
Why don't you taste one dairy one?
Okay,
I will.
Okay.
Because I think
all right, this has a little bit of a watery. This is the.
That looks pretty.
This is the plain almond one. Yeah, that's the tastiest.
Oh, good. Is that the no sugar? No, it still has sugar.
It still has sugar, but not very much. It's got 5 grams. So actually, that's not so bad, you guys.
And then you have to mix it up.
You can see these are the fat on the top, which I actually like. And this is an interesting flavor too. This is a honey pear, which I've not had. Yeah, and that's the best flavor-wise, and actually not very sweet tasting at all. It does have 13 grams of sugar, which they're advertising on the front like that's low, so I guess it is compared to some. But okay, guys, I've got to go. But please comment, read the guide. There's a lot more information in there, and comment on the bottom with your questions. She's always really great at answering them. So. Thanks for joining me. We've got a lot of yogurt to get through now. I'm feeling terribly. This is gonna be wasted, but I hope it helps you guys make shopping for yogurt a little